What's up, everybody? Ladies and gentlemen, peoples of the internet, welcome to another episode of the Chatting in the City podcast, brought to you by the V-TRaC Lab at the University of Ottawa. I'm here with another special guest, my guy, OTJ, aka Jason.
Gang.
How you doing, brother?
I'm good, brother. How you doing?
I'm not too bad, man. I'm out here, exams. We're surviving. I'm trying to survive. That's what it is.
Last year?
Yeah.
That's all that matters, man. That's all. The finish line is right there.
I mean, it feels close, but I'm like, oh my God, how long?
Yeah.
I feel
like with I think that's kind of combined with like 2020. Most people that I know that went to school were like, yo, everything's at home, so it's like it's gonna be easy, it's gonna be fast. But it's the complete opposite, because you're by yourself and like you have to make sure that you learn everything mostly by yourself, and it's like it's kind of like everything's like kind of slow this year.
Yeah. So my first question to you, I guess, is okay. OTJ. What is that? What does that mean? What are you trying to say with the name?
I was just talking to some friends yesterday about that too. OTJ. So at first I had a couple nicknames, for myself, but like it's a big world, there's a lot of musicians.
Right.
So I didn't want to start with something that was like kind of already used by someone else. And like, well, let's say some I take off or something is gonna create like, legal issues or whatever.
Yeah.
Because he registered to the name first and stuff. So I decided to just go with OTJ because I was like, it's quite simple. So the OT, so people call me J, right? For Jason, short J. So OT stands for Ottawa, right? So OT is for Ottawa and then J is for me. So it's like, representing my city in my artist name,
Respect. Ottawa's own Jason, OTJ.
Exactly,
that's sick. That's a good point, in the sense that you don't want to get a name that somebody might probably, have had before you did. And so all of a sudden you're engaged in some lawsuit or whatever, but also like keeping your name, your rapper name sort of, with your actual name. That's probably the best thing you can do.
Yeah. Right? I mean, it's all about branding yourself, and the easier you stick to yourself, the easier it is to brand, right? Because you know yourself. If you create a whole other personnel, you're going to have to get used to it and stuff. So yeah.
So for those that don't know, OTJ, my guy, makes music, and he actually just came out recently with a song, Back with the Bang. What was that, like a few weeks ago?
It was 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, yeah. That was nice, bro. That was hype. I was all in. So if you guys don't know, obviously we're gonna have all this stuff, tagged to this, where you can find his music, et cetera, et cetera. But I wanted to bring you on here to talk to you about music as it relates to mental health, right? Before we started recording, I was just talking to you about how like there's something that music is interesting because, we all love music. We all listen to music. We make music, whatever, all that stuff. But like popular music, there's like almost like a disconnect between like you can be listening to a song, right? Well, like the beat is hype. You like it. It's a certain way. It's very upbeat, very positive, right? But then the lyrics that the artist puts on, it's the complete opposite, right? So like when you first hear a song, like your initial listening through is like, oh man, I like this, because you're trying to take in the whole song, right? There's so much going on. There's the beat, there's the music, the instruments, whatever, the artist. There's so much going on. You're trying to listen to it, and like you love it at first, but then on like the second and third listen, you're like, oh, he was saying that. Oh, he was saying that. Oh, he was talking wild on this song, but like you didn't catch it on the first listen, right?
Whoa, wild boy.
Yeah. So like that was my question to you, like, what do you think that is? Like, and like I said, you can have a beat that's very positive, and then somebody just talking the wildest stuff.
I guess it's just the way it is, with music starting from back then. Every type of music starts with a rhythm, right? So people are more intrigued on rhythms. So if you look right now, I'll probably say rap and trap is probably the music that's probably the most played right now these days, right? Like all you hear is the 808, so it's up tempo, right? So when people go outside, they don't really gonna listen to the lyrics, because the beat is giving them already the emotion they need, right? So for them, they're already connected through the beat. So that's what I'm saying. So most of the time it takes you 2 or 3 listens and you finally listen to what that person was saying. But I guess at the same time, that's the beauty in it, like music can make you move regardless,
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's the same way. Like when we go and listen to like some patois or some stuff. Well, sometimes we don't understand, but we're still singing those lyrics, So that's what I'm saying. But it's just the way music, you know, connects with different people. So that's how like I'm looking at it like this year and like since I've been doing music and I've been connected with different people, just the fact that there's so much different sounds and so much different like, you know, different vibes that you can get from music. And it's always nice to like, you know, pick up on other new stuff and like other artists and like, you know, connected. Like I know some artists that are right now from Ottawa that are in Europe and they're creating like they're developing like a European style. So it's like it's always nice. It's always nice to know because with music you kind of know where you're from, right? Every kind of place have like kind of like their own sounds.
Yeah.
So that's what I find cool in it.
Do you feel the pressure to, I don't want to say conform, but like make a certain type of music? Like we just said, right? Trap and rap that's the thing that's popping right now. So do you feel a certain pressure to make that?
I mean, that's not. I mean, trap and music. I like it. I listen to it a lot. I'm more of a person that for me is I'm more onto like lyrics and like you know positive energy and like always giving like people lesson like uplifting people. Because since I was young, that's what I've been listening to, right? I mean, we're coming from an era. It's like even the Jay-Z, even if it was crazy, they were kind of like teaching us something, right? So it's like if you really listen to the words, it was like kind of like telling you like become a man, do this, how to like you know fix up your attitude to help you in life, this. So that's why I'm like, for me myself, I would never probably go to like that genre. I listen to it because you know it brings you. Sometimes I won't let you when you play soccer, you know, it probably lift you up. A couple puffs smoke before soccer, you know, you're turning up.
Yes, sir.
But the thing is that I can dab in it though because that's the thing with me and music. I like music so much. I listen to all type of music, right? So with me listening to all type of music, I can kind of fit into all those type, right? So that's why I was like, for me, I don't say no, but like even if I go inside there, I'll be like a little bit like a J. Cole, you know, like J. Cole features like a trap artist and he goes on it, it's still kind of positive, you know, and it's like it's still like kind of like there's a message involved, you know. So I'm more like storytelling and messages.
Right.
Yeah.
You mentioned Jay-Z and like I was thinking about actually him before we started recording. I was thinking about like when it goes to messaging, right? So you have Jay-Z. Jay-Z, when he started, he was, you know, rapping about being in the streets, doing all this stuff, right?
Yeah.
But like you said, there's always a message behind it, right? And it feels like people who grew up listening to him, right? And then when they went into music, they started creating music thinking that maybe that's music, that's the thing you're supposed to make as music. But for Jay, he was only telling his story, trying to tell you, this is what I've been through, this is what I did, whatever. This is the lesson that I learned, right? This is my story. But then people will look at him like, damn, maybe that's what I need to start rapping about, right?
Yeah.
When realistically, they weren't in the streets like that.
No, it's a lot of misinterpretation, you know? Like, the thing with that is that, like you said, and that's also, it depends also, like, with Jay-Z, there was a message behind it. With the newer people, it's like, you'll find some, like, even for me, probably the trapper I listen to the most will probably be, like, I'll probably say, like, Lil Baby. I listen to it sometimes, you know, because for me, it's like, even though, like, sometimes you listen to it, you're like, yo, it's crazy, there's still sometimes message to it. For me, it's always like if the guy gives me a message, for me that's already good, you know, that's already a positive. Because I cannot listen to a full song and like you just, you know, not giving me like. But the thing is, at the end of the day, that's the beauty. Like I told you with the beauty of music, everyone got their own fans, you know, and like I respect that, you know, and that's the beauty in it. Like you can connect with anyone. You can be absolutely anyone in the world, make any type of music you want. Like people are gonna vibe with you, people are gonna vibe with you because they like your music, you know. So that's why I was like, you look at Jay-Z. For me, Jay-Z, like you just said, like they look at him as the Don and they look only at that side because that's what's attracting them, right? So for them, it's like when you see money, you see girls, you see all that. For them, they don't really see the other side, the business side or whatever, right? For them, is if I promote this, this is what I'm gonna get. So it's kind of like the way branding is nowadays. It's easier to brand with those type of stuff than branding with other stuff because when you brand with other stuff, people really need to connect you on a deeper level. You know, I mean, who's not gonna vibe with someone that likes to have fun? You know, and like you know what I'm trying to say. You know, that's why this era is. You know, that's why this era is what it is right now. But like I said, that's probably like the main reason. Like they're just gonna focus on that one aspect because we're all human, right? Most human, what they're gonna do is they're gonna listen to whatever they like, and then whatever they don't is gonna be cut, right? So it's like a lot of these kids, they look at Jay-Z and they look like, yo, he did all this, and the reason why he did this is because he was a gangster. I mean, it's kind of like if you look at some of the stories, it kind of helped Jay-Z, but at the same time, he's telling you like you don't need it, especially in this day and age. Anyone can blow up for anywhere. Like you can blow up from TikTok, You can use people used to bluff from behind. Like you don't really need that anymore. You know, it's easier, but you don't need to.
That's definitely true. You don't
Yeah,
need to, but it just feels like they're, like I said, there are people who look at it and like, okay, he did it that way. Maybe that's the formula. Maybe I need to follow
yeah,
his steps, even though I wasn't living that life. I need to follow his steps. And then,
yeah.
which is the weird thing is that we reward that, and so they think, oh, they actually like this, so let me keep going, right? So it's like this weird
Mm,
feedback loop that happens where, like, the
mm,
person basically is rapping and telling us a lie, and we're like,
mm,
yeah, yeah, give me more of that. Here's my money. Give me
mm.
more of that, right?
Yeah,
And they keep
yeah,
going because obviously we
yeah,
reward them for it.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. That's true. That's true. That's
I want to
true.
bring things, I guess, more local, right?
Yeah.
Um, being
Well,
in the, being in the Ottawa music scene, you said you've met a lot of friends since you started making music.
yeah.
What's your like? What do you see in terms of like the music scene here in Ottawa, and then mental health, and like just sort of like generally speaking, well being in terms of like people making music, the music scene, stuff like that.
Yeah. So definitely. Let me start with what I see here in Ottawa, the talent.
Mm,
The way I'm seeing, since I started, I seen the growth. You know, the thing with Ottawa is that Ottawa is kind of a city that's like it's always been a little bit low key.
right.
So it's like for them to really start doing something, they really need to be assured. Like either you must have like 10,000 fans, or either you must like went on Sportsnet or something like for really like to start something. But like
Mm,
in the last 2 years, the way I've seen so many people have the courage to just start doing music and like follow whatever they love, I definitely rock with it. Like the way I see Ottawa is that it keeps going, and in a couple of years, it'll probably definitely be a music scene for real. Definitely be a music scene. And then on term of mental health, I mean, this year in general, I feel like mental health is getting more spoken of with artists, because people, with the things people don't understand is that they feel like because you're an artist or whatever you do, most of the time you don't really have like a sort of like mental health, or like it's kind of hard because a lot of people they're trying to brand, right, especially like in this
mm,
this in this in this year with COVID and all that. People are trying to brand, but they can't really do much, right? So
yeah.
it's like they kind of stuck to yourself. And one thing with music now, and I know a lot of people in Ottawa that are frustrated with is that because you can't really perform, right? And like
Mm,
one of the best ways for to market and to like really grow up your fan base is by performing in front of your fans. So it's kind of like a lot of people are kind of like sad about that part, but the way I see it is that it's probably gonna get better with time, and at the same time, it helps you focus. Like I couldn't do that, right? But at the same time, it helps you like because stuff's not open, you can focus more on your music, right? So
mm.
I started working on a project actually. When you talk about mental health, one of my next project is called actually Voices of the Night, and it's just like it's technically based on like a couple voices that that narrates us in the night. Like if it's happy, if you're sad, and one of them is actually Can't Hold Me, and it's a single. I'm not gonna keep going about it, but y'all see soon.
This
But
guy, take it
but it's
easy,
like
bro.
basically describing like how but I'm definitely describing how like especially in this year, like a lot of people with mental health is really something serious to be talking about, because lockdown is not easy for everyone.
Mm,
So the way I see it is like we're especially with artists, it's like it's extra hard because most of them make their money off, like I just told you, like
yeah.
performing, and if they can't perform, it's kind of hard for them to like keep providing for their needs and stuff. So that's one aspect I see of the mental health. And then just in general, like the trapper era, like same thing, like we were just talking about, like a lot of people get lost in it. So in the mental
Mm.
health is that once you get too deep inside there, it's like it's hard to come back. So on that part of also mental health, I'll probably say it's an issue, yeah. But Ottawa, like I told you, like it's gonna keep growing. It's getting better and better. I'm telling you right now, man, we're gonna soon be a mini Toronto. I'm telling you this right now.
That's what I like
I
to
I
hear.
I, I have a feeling, no cap. There's too much talent in the city.
Um, you brought up a good point. The fact that I guess most people are feeling this as well. Like artists, they make their living by sort of being out there performing, making their craft, right, engaging with fans, and they
Yeah,
can't do that anymore, right? And that's like
no,
almost like I don't want to say your reason for living, but it's like it's a big part of who you are. It's been taken away from you, right? You can't
yeah,
really go out there and
yeah,
perform.
yeah. It helps you brand. So like I told you, a lot of people they feel like it's kind of hard to like trying to like find yourself in music and brand yourself and like create this kind of following when you can't really even get out of your house, right? So it's kind of hard to interact with them. So it's like more now. It's mostly, music, and branding. So it's like, it's kind of hard to interact with them. So it's like more now. It's mostly, music, and branding. So it's like, it's kind of hard to interact with them. So it's like more now. It's mostly, music, and branding. So it's like, it's kind of hard to interact with them. So it's like more now. It's mostly, it's mostly marketing is heavily on social media. So now it's like everyone's got to be marketing crazy on social media. That's the only way you're gonna really like, you know, brand yourself right now this year. But like I said, and with social media, like we're just talking about social media. With social media comes a lot of mental health, healthness. Like just Instagram by itself, a lot of people get lost like inside there. So it's like with the arts at the same time, you're trying to like kind of promote yourself, right? So what a lot of people will do is they'll kind of get lost into like those likes or those views, right? So it's like I have to get that much views or I don't look like this, and they get lost. It's not music anymore. It's more about like the aspect of how I look. So I always said for me with music is if you stay in touch with your music, you're never gonna fall out, because you're always in touch with yourself. So that's kind of how I see it.
Right, especially in a time like this when you're forced to be at home, you're forced to, in a way, create. Like one of my favorite comedians, Andrew Schultz, like earlier this year, he was talking about.
That's a big one. That's a big one.
Like Andrew, at the beginning, I think it was May. Things got locked down. He was talking about how we're all going to be under lockdown, so we can either choose to, you can choose to work hard at whatever it is that you do, right? Really, just really sit down, put your head down, and get the work done, or you can, basically just start feeling, I guess, like sorry for yourself. You can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do this, you can't do that, right? And it's actually interesting for him because he said that in May, and then he just announced that he has a special coming out on Netflix, right? So he just got picked up for like a 4-part special on Netflix, which is kind of bring it all, just bring it a full circle. It's like, yeah, obviously this thing has affected everybody, right? Like especially creatives, you can't go out and do what it is that you do, what it is that you love doing. But it's like this might be giving you time to really, like you mentioned, focus, just get in the studio, make the music, keep making the music, keep making the music.
Because the way I looked at it, and I was like, for me, as soon as the COVID hit, I was like, kind of like, damn, it's like, first of all, the studio shuts down, so it's like, I can't even record anymore, and it's like, as an artist, like you can write as much as you want, but like you kind of need to place it with the beat, to see exactly how it's gonna fit. So to not have that vision and stuff like that was kind of hard. But like at the same time, once you start figuring out that I can start writing on my pen skills. I can start getting better at writing. I can start like figure out marketing strategies. Like it's actually like people don't understand, like it's kind of a blessing at the same time because you can focus so much on yourself and see what you need to improve. Because we always need to improve in any facet of life, and especially in the entertainment business, you always need you have to keep moving, right? You have to keep saying what's the new trend. How can I affect this way? How can I get a couple of followers on this side? How can I get a view on this side? Like so it's always if I were you, and people are like if I was someone I was giving an advice, I'd probably be saying like no cap, like work on yourself and figure out how to become an artist inside and out. Like a lot of people right now, like I'm trying to say, like work on yourself, work on your skills, and figure out like how you can contribute, because everything's gonna pick back up soon, right? So for me, it's like I look at it like work on your craft, record a lot, see how your music, which people are they gonna like kind of target, look how you can like kind of push it towards them, and at the same time when everything starts picking back up, it's kind of easy because you have the fundamentals based in already like instilled in you, so it's like a lot of people like they kind of like took a pause on that. So I'm like, you shouldn't, keep working on what you're doing. As soon as everything comes back up, it's kind of like clockwork. So it's like probably like with you in soccer, you probably learn some skills now that you probably don't even need to think about. For you, it's light work. You've been training on it.
No, I don't know about that, bro. I haven't kicked the ball in months.
It's been a while. Yeah, me too. Yeah, it's been a while.
I'm trying to think. When was the last time I actually played? Last time I actually went outside and I played maybe like 4 months ago at this point. It's bad, bro. It's bad. Yeah. It's funny because like I've kind of like I'm like I don't because I used to basically play every day. I was like when I was a kid I would play every day like like most people. But now it's like I'm starting to realize that I'm playing less and less and less and less.
Yeah.
And like maybe that's part of growing up, but I don't know, man. It's not good. I need to get out there again.
I think it's just being busy, right? As you grow up, you're doing this podcast, I'm doing music, so it's kind of like you're kind of like pushing like towards other goals, and it's kind of hard to like keep it in line. But like the thing is also that I'm telling you, it's also winter, so for you, the soccer outside you can't play outside, and most places indoors are kind of closed, right, because of COVID. So it's kind of hard, yeah.
But I don't care, bro. I'll make it happen. I got to get back. I need to, and it's always like you said, like the fundamentals. They always stay with you. Like I'm sure once you get back on the court, it's like, oh, this and this. Yeah. What? Exactly. It's too easy for you. Yeah.
Don't guess me up.
So to bring things, make things a little more personal again, I guess, because we went from Jay-Z to Ottawa, and now we're about to go to Jason, right? You like that, huh? J, Ottawa, J. I gotta stop. I'm not even a rapper, but what's the mental health discussion been like in your family? Obviously, you're from Rwanda, so am I. So I'm very curious to sort of get your take on that.
So mental health in my family. I want this year. It's been kind of a blessing because we kind of like been able to like work on stuff that we needed to work on as a family. You know, because we clearly you can't leave, right? So because you can't leave, you're kind of seeing the kind of stuff that's like that you couldn't see because with siblings and stuff, you don't know how you can affect them. Like even in the smallest ways, sometimes like you don't realize, right? Because you're how can I say that? It's like you're so close to one another. It's like sometimes like for you, it's like it's fine. I'll just take it, But like while living with them, it's like you kind of like can work on stuff. It was kind of a blessing because we kind of realized like I won't lie to you. At first, it was kind of hard with the COVID. Like probably like everyone else. It's like you're always at home. It's like we're probably like we're set in here, so so we're deep in our house. So it's like, but other than that, it's kind of a blessing because we get to work on like stuff that get family nights, a couple family nights, work on a couple stuff that we need to work on. And like kind of check up on each other, and then. Another stuff I'll probably say with the Rwanda one, I was just in Rwanda, and then that was another thing that kind of helped me decompress. It was my first time ever in December, and it was super sick. Just the fact that to see the two different sides, right? So it's like you don't see how much you're kind of like living kind of like good and stable, like the type of life that you can have here, and compared to over there, it opens your eye, right? It opens like the blessings that you have. So in that way, kind of like it helped me mature. Like from where we come back from, like. Rwanda, like it's kind of like you look at it and you're just like, damn, like it's a blessing towards God, like, and then you just keep working on it, and like that's kind of what helped me. Like when I came back from my low-key told my producer, I was like, yo, let's start going 2-3 times at the studio, just for it, because I was like, you see them going hard for like for the means that they get, and you're like, what's stopping you over here? It's like you have healthcare, you have all these stuff, so it's like I'll definitely say like from knowing that where you come from at the same time and the way it took to get here, it kind of helps you, get stronger mentally.
Yeah, it humbles you. Like you see like your family members and like not just them, but like the people living around them, sort of the quality of life that they have. Not to say that they have a terrible quality of life. Obviously,
no.
People say that what is it? They say Rwanda is the Singapore of Africa. Like in terms of like economic development, it's it's absolutely amazing. But then it's like you're just seeing what's going on, right? Seeing the family members, seeing what they have to go through on a daily basis, and then you come back and you realize, like you said, you have all these things. Like, what are you, why are you dragging your feet?
Exactly. So it's a big eye opener, and then it helps you also get you to realize like they're all happy over there. So how am I going to be depressed here when you're like some people are making 20 an hour, 21 an hour, 22 an hour, and it's like you see them depressed, and like it's kind of like how it's like kind of helps you get stronger in that sense. It's like if some people are making way less but they're still happy, why am I, what's making me being this unhappy? So kind of like focus on yourself and like figure out like a couple stuff. So I'll definitely say like knowing where you're from and like having different kind of culture and still inside of you helps you definitely.
That's right. Before we go, I want to ask you about like some of your favorite projects from this year. Like we were just talking about earlier, right? The fact that
music-wise, right?
Yeah, music-wise, yeah. Like the year forced people to really dig deep and work hard. And like I'm curious, what some of the projects that you heard that came out this year that you're like, okay, these are the ones.
I like the couple of projects. I like the the weekend for sure. After Hours, I loved it. Other than After Hours, I love with I love with the new Tory Lanez album. I kind of liked it, even though it's a whole even though it's a whole concept inside. But I won't lie to you, I kind of liked it just on the musical the producer side,
Okay.
But like just the producer side, I kind of like the way it was constructed. But I'm not gonna go into that case or whatever,
Tory, a wild boy.
Yeah, we're not gonna go into that. But other than that, to be honest, I don't really listen to as much music. You know, I'll dab into it once in a while. Pop Smoke will probably, I think I'll probably say another one. I probably listen to most Pop Smoke, and for me it's probably mostly Pop Smoke, Drake, and The Weeknd. Like this year was probably the main guys I probably listen to. So those are probably my artists for the year, probably.
What was it about the Tory Lanez project that, you know, stepping aside from obviously the social thing that's around it, what was it about the production, about the project that really?
Because the way I look at it is that certain projects, the way it sounds is kind of different from from different sounds, right? So it's like, for me, it's like I look at a vintage album or whatever. It's gonna have like something that's different from everyone else, right? So it's like I can't go right now and pick a beat or pick a type of sound and be like, yo, it's exactly like this song and this album, because it's totally different. It's like if you think about, if you're reading This Is Too Late, Drake's been dropping songs, but none of those songs can go back to like, if you're reading the lyric, it was like a one time, like it was like its own type of sound, you know. So that's what I'm saying about like that type of like production, the way it's product, and the way it's like it's recorded different, right? So for me, it's like I like projects are just different. Like Kid Cudi just dropped. I gotta get into that.
I haven't listened to that either. I'm just like, I'm so. You know? I haven't heard that. I haven't heard the Tory. I've heard parts of The Weeknd. So like only parts. I haven't actually gone through the whole project. But I need to get that.
No. I'm waiting for J. Cole though. J. Cole's the guy I'm waiting. That's my guy. I'm waiting for J. Cole.
People thought it was gonna drop on the 9th.
Yeah, this guy, he's playing too much games right now. He's playing too much games, man. He's playing too much games. But like the thing with J. Cole is that, you know, when he drops, it's good content, you know. So it's like you're always down to like wait for it.
Platinum with no features. He's gonna do it again. We all know he's gonna do it again.
Yeah, I'm waiting for him and Kendrick. Like those are the type of people I like to wait, because Kendrick just said he was his next album was gonna be rock based, you know. So I can't wait to see how it sounds, because I like challenge, you know. It's like, I don't know about you, like, but when I do stuff, especially stuff that I like to challenge myself and get out of the comfort zone, you know. So when I see like the Kendrick Lamar doing like a rock based album, I'm like, wow, this is gonna be something different, you know. So I can't wait to just like listen to stuff like that. And the same way I was kind of talking to you about like the Ottawa scene, kind of like bringing it back to the Ottawa scene. And the way I was telling you is like, because Ottawa is so close, it's between Montreal and Toronto, we're kind of like getting all these different vibes, right, from like both. So it's like sometimes a lot of people like you'll see here, like in the city that I just met, shout out to Nifty, this guy, like he sings and raps both in French and English, you know. Oh. So it's kind of like sick. It's a different genre, right? Because, you know, kind of you're mixed up in both, because, you know, Ottawa is French and English at the same time. So it's kind of like sick to see. Like that's what I was telling you. Like in 5 years, you kind of see like a different genre of music from here. You know, it's gonna be definitely cool.
That's true. About Kendrick, like maybe he's just bored. He's like, I've done the Pimp Butterfly. That was like whatever jazz, whatever he was trying to do with that. You know, I've done Damn. I've done, you know, he's bored. He wants to do rock now. Next, he's gonna do he'll do like, I don't know, Zumba or something. I don't know, something weird. He's just bored.
You're tired of being inside the house, man. This guy says Zumba. I'm dead.
All right, bro, anyway. Go on.
I feel you.
Before we go, where can the people find you? Where can people find your music? You know.
Yeah. So quick shot. Back with a bang got out, you know, like you just said a couple weeks ago. You guys can follow me on all platforms, OTJ. Music platform is OTJ, all other platforms like social platforms, the real OTJ. So I'm telling you right now, like next year, a lot of stuff are gonna be like projects and like singles, music videos, and like projects at a high level, like because I do storytelling, so it's gonna be a lot of like creativity around the project. So y'all definitely gonna vibe with it.
Okay. All right. So yeah, we'll add all your socials right here. We'll probably add your Instagram right below your little box right there. And yeah, man, people go check him out. Jason's out here, Ottawa's own. Support your peoples, support your artists, and thanks again, brother. Take care of yourself.
You too, huh? See you guys.